All right, so today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to actually start putting some things on our table. So the first thing I want to do is we're going to draw just a simple bowl. And I'm going to drag this out here. There we go. And now, once I have this bowl here, I'm going to actually flip this thing over. Now you're going to notice really quickly, I want to flip this thing over 180 degrees. So there is a bowl. Now, one thing you'll notice very quickly is, first of all, this bowl is not kind of hollow on the inside. Okay, now what I need to do to kind of get this, I can do it a couple different ways. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a sphere, and we're going to kind of make sure our dimensions are the same. So this is a 20 wide, and this is 10 tall. So I don't need to really worry about the half, but I do need to worry about this being 20. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this thing, I'm going to make it 17. I'll make this a little smaller. And I also want, since this is a sphere, I want this to be 17. And I'm also going to make this thing 17 right here. Okay, so it actually looks like it's going to be a sphere. Now, the one thing I want to do is I'm going to turn this into a hole. And we're going to group this hole here in a second. And I'm going to raise this up just a tad. Okay, so it's two off. You can kind of see it's too tall now. Move it 3. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move both of these. I'm going to align these so they are together, and I'm going to have them centered right here. And what I'm going to do is once I have this, I'm going to group this together, and now you're going to see this will kind of hollow out this bowl. Right now, what you are going to do is you can make a plate, you can make a bowl, I don't care what you do. You are going to put some sort of food in this. Okay, now, once I do this, you're going to notice this, I'm going to have multicolor. I'm going to select this here in a second. And for right now, I'm just going to have a white bowl. And what I'm going to do something relatively simple. I'm going to shrink this down. And if you hold shift and kind of click on the corner of these little columns, or these handles, sorry. If you click on these little handles, we can change this. I'm going to make this one a brown color. Okay, and I'm going to paste this one here. So I'm going to get a couple of these. I'm going to kind of change the color here as well. Do they have a, I don't know. I'm going to do this. We're going to pretend this is like a vanilla color over here. And I'm going to just kind of raise this up, kind of move this over here so it kind of looks like it fits in the bowl. You might want to look at this from above as well. And I'm going to kind of do the same thing over here. Raise this thing up just so it looks like it fits. Okay, and I can just drag this little cone right here to kind of make it match. And just for the fun of it, I'm going to paste one more of these. Just so you get a general idea. I'm not a fan of this flavor of ice cream, but hey, we're just throwing this together so you can kind of get a general idea how this works. Okay? Now, you could do spaghetti and meatballs. You could do this. So if you want to actually draw a scribble out here, okay, let me show you how this works. Okay, so here we're going to pretend this is spaghetti, whatever. Okay, you can kind of go through this one. I'll hit done. Okay, now that does not look like spaghetti. I would agree that does not look like spaghetti, but what we can do is we can shrink this thing down so it looks a little bit more like it. Change the color. You get a general idea. And if I put this on a plate, it might look like spaghetti. I don't know. Use your imagination there. Okay, that could be a pretzel. I don't care. Whatever you want it to be. Okay, now the one thing I do want to do though is, let me zoom back in on this one. Okay, once I have this, I've got these are 3 balls and it's a bowl, right? So I'm going to highlight all of this. Now, since I did that multicolor already, so I'm going to go to this, click on multicolor. Whoa, what just happened there? Okay, let's see if I did this right. Hold on one second. I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to group this first. Okay, so if I hit group, okay, you're going to see it says solid color right there. If I go to multicolor now, you'll see all those colors that I changed are there. Now, the beauty of this one is now I can actually move this thing around. Now, the next thing is I need to move this thing back up, and you're going to see I need to place this thing on the table. And we're going to look at this from the side. And if verify. Now you can kind of see that is floating really high in space. So I'm going to just drag this thing down so it looks like it is sitting on our table, and that looks good. So, and bowls are going to be flat on the bottom. So if you look at that, even though it's going into the table, I want it to be like that. So there we go. There is my bowl of ice cream. You are to put one food item and a plate or bowl or something, that some sort of container that is going to be there. And that is what you are going to do. Once again, take a screenshot of it once you're done, and then go to export and export that thing as an STL file, and that will be good. All right, have fun with it.